Well, welcome everybody to day one of our 90-day game plan. I hope that you've had a restful weekend from Level Up and you've taken an opportunity to clear your schedule and get ready for the next 90 days. We have an incredible lineup of support and resources for you. And you will see that I will pop into the group every single day and teach a lesson. So for those of you who don't know, Eric Moray is also running a 90-day game plan in his accelerator group. And so having access to that has been such a privilege and an honor to be able to get Eric's content. And I'm going to share that with you every single day. So make sure you tune in. These will be recorded. We will have a YouTube channel for all of them to be uploaded in as well. But I just thought today to get things started, I would pop in live to the group as well as record this so that anybody who is raring to go can go ahead and get the information now and not have to wait for me to pull it out of Zoom, upload it into YouTube, and then put it in this group. Okay. So just before we get started here, I just wanted to go over a couple housekeeping notes with you. I know one thing that Lauren Lahav had mentioned when we were all at her house, and she mentioned it again on Wednesday, was to make sure that you have designated office hours set for your Juice Plus business. Okay, this is not. There is nobody has success in life multitasking. Okay, multitasking, things that you can be successful. Multitasking would be like driving and listening to a book, driving and listening to personal development, have personal development, a book or a podcast, or Tony Robbins playing in the background while you're cooking dinner, while you're, taking the dog for a walk, things like that. That's successful multitasking. But thinking that you're going to do this business while you're doing other things in the middle of doing other things just never seems to be successful. So it's very important. And that's why Lauren started us all out with that activity is what are your office hours? And I think a lot of you even put it in the comments of what your office hours are in the group. So huge acknowledgement for those of you that have done that. If you haven't done that so far, that's okay. Please start today with identifying what your office hours are and realize, guys, it doesn't matter when they are. Now, sometimes it's a little weird to send messages to people, text messages, if it's 4:00 in the morning, I'm an early riser, or if it's midnight. But when it comes to social media, most people don't have their social media alerts on that early in the morning or late at night. So you can get away with sending messages and responding to those messages when you have the time to do so. So make sure you have your office hours set if you don't have those set already. Another thing that, Eric mentioned that I think is so critically important. I know I mentioned this to my team a lot, but I think it's important to say it again, is that if you want to take advantage of the Facebook algorithms, you don't want to have a lot of Juice Plus partners as friends, right? So you're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. They shouldn't take it personally if you decide to unfriend them. What happens in Facebook is whoever you see in your feed is who Facebook believes you have similarities with, and Facebook wants those people to see more of your information. So when you hop on Facebook and you're scrolling and you're like, oh, I just met her at Level Up. Oh, I just met her at Level Up. Oh, she's on my team. Oh, I just met her at Level Up. That means that as we're doing this 90-day push, Facebook is not pushing your information to people that are new and new prospects. Facebook is pushing your post to the people that you're seeing in your feed, which are already part of Juice Plus. So you want to unfriend those people. And I have a script that I'm going to put in the comment section that you can use, that Eric shared with all of us. He got it from Fraser Brooks, that you can use to go ahead and unfriend those people. And so the script says, hi, Mary, just wanted to let you know I'm making room on my friends list for new prospects to share our incredible product and business with. To do that, I'll be removing many Juice Plus partners, but please know that my messenger is open at all times if you want to reach out to me. Also know that my page is set to public, and I would really appreciate it if when I defriend you that you still decide to follow me. Okay, so you can follow somebody and that's not going to mess up your algorithm. So you don't want to be friends with them. You want to, you just want them to follow you, and vice versa. You want to follow them. Okay. So take some time in the beginning of this week to clean a lot of that up, just because we want to make sure that our efforts are utilized as best as they can. Another thing that I want to show you, I'm just going to share my screen here real quickly. Here it is. Some of you may be wondering what the high paying activities are. Okay. So, Lauren talks about a DMO, but then she quickly rolled into, no, it's more like an IPA. What are the income producing activities? So I have put together a daily scorecard, and this is something that you want to be rating yourself at always, every single day. These are the categories that you want to make sure that you're doing every single day. Obviously, the most important ones are that you're converting people to customers and you're converting people to partners, but there's a lot of activity that leads up to that. And you may be wondering, what does that activity look like? So let me share my screen and show you what the scorecard is. Again, I will post this in the Facebook group as well. This is what you want to make sure you're doing every single day. Okay. So for my team, when I do my power hours, you can see that sometimes I go through and I just go through the alphabet and I go through all the A's and I take a look at, okay, how do I know this person? Is this person part of my avatar? If they're not part of my avatar, then I get rid of them. There's no reason for them to be one of my social media contacts unless it's a really good friend of mine, because my social media is 100% strictly for the use of to grow my Juice Plus business. So I am constantly adding people. I'm constantly also deleting people. So if I go through the A's and I see that I've sent somebody 2 messages and they haven't replied at all, I'm deleting that contact so that I have the opportunity to add another one, right? So you add people in your groups, right? That's where we go to groups. We look for people that have things in common with us, because we always want to make sure that we can start a conversation and have something in common. For me, maybe it's they are into rescue dogs, maybe they're into travel, maybe they're into working out, women's empowerment, something of that nature. Okay. So how many strangers did you add? That's something that you should be doing every single day, adding new people, because when you post about the opportunity or you post and you want to connect with somebody, you need to make sure that you're adding new people to see that. All right. So how many people did you add? How many of your current friends have you chatted with in the DM? So that's for me going through the alphabet. So if I started with A's, how many of those A's did I start a conversation with? Okay. So number of times you ask the question, right? So you can ask them if they keep their income options open. You can ask them the question of, I'll be doing some chit chat back and forth. Of course, I always want to compliment the person in the chit chat. And then I will transition and say something like, hey, Cynthia, I partner with women who are looking to create a side hustle online in the health and wellness space. I see that health and wellness is very important to you, and just wanted to see if it's something that you're interested in. No worries if not. I took a look at your profile. I think it'd be great at it. And if this is something that interests you, please let me know. Maybe we can have a chat. Something as simple as that. So how many times are you asking the question? Because we can have chit chat all day long, but unless we're transitioning and asking the question, then, we're not really getting anywhere, right? We're not moving that person along in the process. Number of times you sent a tool. So just so you guys know, I participated in Fraser Brooks, his mastermind last year, and this is the scorecard that he had us give to him every single day. So number of times that I sent a tool could be a testimonial. A tool could be, I sent a video of our product. A tool could be my business video that I send people when I want them to see what it is that I do. So how many times did you send a tool? How many follow-ups did you do? People that maybe you reached out to beforehand, this could be customer follow-ups, these could be product follow-ups, these could be business follow-ups, number of 3-way calls or texts that you completed, number of partners that you've added, number of customers that you've added, how many times have you posted in your stories, and did you post to your wall? Okay. When it comes to posting to your stories, you want to be posting a minimum of 10 times a day. All right. That seems like a lot, but if you remember Jessie Lee Ward from GoPro, she said, if you're posting 10 times a day, for every 10 posts, then you should be able to feel comfortable mentioning something about your product or your business because there's enough other content in there. That's not that that's the same for the posts on your wall too, but you don't want to post 10 times a day. You want to post, I would say 1 in the morning. If you want to post twice a day, post twice a day. At a minimum, post once a day on your wall, both Instagram and Facebook. Okay. And what Fraser says is if you have similar audiences on Facebook and Instagram, what you post on Instagram on Monday, post on Facebook on Thursday and vice versa, so that you don't have to have all brand new content. But what you don't want to do, unlike stories on your post, is you don't want to post too close together. You want there to be at least a 4-hour a period of time between your posts on your wall, because it's gonna trump whatever you just posted. So if I post something in the morning and if I post something 30 minutes later, then that first post isn't going to get any of the traction. So you're diluting your effort. So don't post that much. At maximum, post twice a day, but you want to post to your wall every single day and post 10 times to your story. Okay, so this is your scorecard. I would encourage you to do this and to send this to your upline for accountability every single day. It doesn't have to be fancy. You can just, copy this and then put a number next to it every single day when you send it off. All right. Let me stop sharing. Okay. So I am going to walk you through an exercise that Eric taught today. So the beautiful part about being in this group is Eric is going to pop in every single day, which is great, and give a lesson. So let me just get over here to the lesson. So the idea, before I get into the lesson, the idea of what we're doing here in the month of February, and today is an extra day because it's January 31st, right? I feel like I lost some time. Yeah, it's January 31st. So what, you have an extra day, and what we're doing in the month of February is we are recruiting. All right. So your goal is to recruit 20 people this month, right? So I want you to just open your mind to that. You may have had the goal of 2, you may have had the goal of 5. This is totally doable, you guys. But in February, we want to recruit 20 people. And then late February and March, we're going to teach you how to reach into your new recruits downline and really get them successfully launched. And then in the month of April, we're going to convert all that business and all of those new folks and move their business into a place where they're in the core rank for our company. So I'll get into core rank a little bit later. Don't worry about that today. All you have to worry about today is recruiting. So there's an exercise that Eric had walked us through, and I'm going to share it with you because as we get warmed up here, and today's a bonus day, January 31st, we're not even into February yet. There is a lot of low-hanging fruit out there. And we know this, we all know this. We all know that there's people that we've talked to in our hot market that have said no. There's people in our hot market that we haven't even had conversations with. We may have fired messages off to. We know some of these people aren't supportive of us, or we have to work a little harder to get their support. And so Eric walked us through an amazing exercise that I think is absolutely brilliant. You can all go do this today. So this is your assignment for today. Now, it doesn't mean that this is all you do. You can, if you have a lot of people in your hot market, then get this done in 24 hours. You want to work on this today. If there's other people, if you have some additional time, then you can work on the activities in that daily scorecard. Okay, so we have our cold market. Your cold market is people that you don't necessarily know, right? You may be Facebook friends with them, but you guys don't have a relationship. They're not really liking your stuff. You have your warm market, and these are your acquaintances. You know them. You probably see them around. You see them in your community. You see them at networking events. They may be friends of friends. These are also people on your Facebook page and Instagram that are liking and commenting, right? That's your warm market. They're already supportive of you. You may not know that or not. So if you don't know that, maybe I just expanded your warm market for you. Anybody who is messaging, liking, loving, commenting on your page, that's your warm market. Okay, your hot market is anybody that you know really, really, really well. These are your close friends and your close family. And a lot of them may have not supported you. A lot of them could have said no already. And that's okay. So the first thing you want to do is make a list of 20 to 30 people. These are your close friends and family. They've probably already turned you down. It's not a big deal. No worries at all. This is the script, and we're going to go through the methodology and the psychology behind it. Okay. So first things first, create your list. And then the second thing is you're going to start to reach out to them. So here's a little secret that many of you might not know, but the person who's really busy and who's in a hurry is far more attractive than the person who has all the time in the world on their hands. Okay. So I want you to think about this for this exercise, but also think about it moving forward when you're having conversations. You want to be in a hurry. Okay. So you're going to reach out to somebody. I'm just going to use my good friend Cynthia as an example. Okay. So you're going to reach out and you're going to be in a hurry. So I'm going to say, hey, Cynthia, do you have a second? I'm really busy. I'm running out the door. But it's important that I chat with you real quick. Is it possible that you just have like 3 minutes? I just need to talk to you. Okay. Hey, Cynthia, I'm just getting ready to go pick up the kids. I only have a second. I'm in the carpool line, but there's something that's really important that I just want to talk to you about. Do you have a couple seconds? Be in a hurry. Hey, Cynthia, it's the new year. I got a lot of things going on. I got some projects that I'm super excited about. I don't have a lot of time, but I was just hoping to have a quick conversation with you. It's important. Do you have a couple minutes? Right? Be in a hurry. Step number 2 is you're going to compliment them. Right. So, hey, Cynthia, I don't have a lot of time. I'm rushing out the door. I got a lot of big projects that I'm working on. It's the new year. We're kicking things off, but it's really important that I talk to you. Thanks so much for taking a few minutes, Cynthia. Your love and support has meant the world to me. And as we begin the new year, I just wanted to say thank you for always being there. I know that we don't always see eye to eye on everything, but at the end of the day, I know that you have my back and that you'll support me in all of my endeavors. And I know, and I want you to know that I have your back as well. Okay. Step 2 is compliment them. Step 3 is you're going to briefly mention your business. Hey, Cynthia. I got a really busy day today, but I just really want to talk to you for a couple of minutes. Do you have a few minutes? It's really important. Awesome. Cynthia, thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your time. I just wanted to first start out by saying that, you mean the world to me, and the fact that you've always loved and supported me through all of my endeavors has meant the world to me. We may not always be on the same page. You may not always be into the same things that I'm into, and vice versa, but it means the world to me that you've always had my back. You've always supported me. And I want you to know that, that I, that you have my support in everything you do as well. That I'm involved in this Juice Plus business. Okay. Briefly mention the business. That I'm involved in this Juice Plus business. Step 4, disqualify them immediately. That I'm involved in this Juice Plus business, but before you say it, don't worry. I'm not trying to recruit you. You're not even a prospect. You're not on my prospect list. This is an opportunity that I'm doing. I'm not trying to recruit you at all. I just need you to be a really good friend. I'm doing this 90-day run. I'm doing a 90-day launch, and it would mean the world to me if you could become a one-time customer. All that means is, you can get into this and improve your health and wellness for as little as $1.67 a day. And there's so many benefits for your health and the health of your children. I just ask that you take the product every day for 4 months, because that's how long it takes to make a difference in your body. And provide me with a little bit of feedback. And I promise you, I will never bother you again. All right. So that's what we're going to do today. So step 1 is always be in a hurry. Step 2 is you want to compliment them. Step 3 is briefly mention your business. Step 4 is you're going to disqualify them immediately and let them know that they are not on your target list. They're not on your prospect list. You don't want them to join your team. Step 5 is ask them to be a short-term customer. Step 6 is tell them what that means. How much does it cost? What does it look like in terms of usage? Take it every day for 120 days. Give me some feedback. And step 7 is I won't bother you ever again about this. And if this doesn't work out, I will never bother you again. I promise you. You know, if you were a close friend of mine and called me and asked me, would I become a one-time supporter? I'm opening a restaurant, and it would mean the world to me for my friends and family to come sit at my restaurant and try my food and give me some feedback, right? If my friend called and asked me to do that, of course I would say yes, right? And if my friend also said, listen, if you don't like the food, you never have to come back. You never have to tell anybody about it, you know, and I promise you, I'll never bother you again. I would do it. And I think all of you would do that as well. So that's the assignment for today. You guys, there's so much low-hanging fruit out there. Go out there and get it. Put your successes in this group, and make sure you also send your upline your daily scorecard. All right, we're here for you, and let's get it. Day 1 of our 90-day run.